In the name of Allah, the most gracious, the most merciful. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Welcome to today's lesson. Our lesson is English for full plast 4 for the second grade intermediate. So today we will have a revision of the entire book. So let's start with module 1. Okay, so if you have your book at hand, please open your book to page 139. Page 139. Okay, so when you open your book to page 139, you will see this page, okay? So let's start with revision for module 1 and let's start with exercise A. Okay, so on exercise A, it says complete the dialogues with the future well of the verbs in brackets, okay? So we need to use the future with well to fill in the blanks and complete the dialogue. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4 different dialogues, okay? 4 different dialogues, and we need to fill in all those blanks using future well. Okay, so let's start with number 1. Before we start doing the lesson, let's do a quick refreshment and go back to the grammar rule for future well, okay? So this one, future well, please pay good attention. We'll go back in the grammar book, all the way back, and it's right here. Okay, so this is the form. Before we start talking about the future well or the form of the future well, we will talk about when is it used, when to use future with well, okay? I will give you an example. If I say, I will go to school, okay? I will go to school tomorrow. I will go to school next week. I will go to school next month. So all of this is in the future tense, okay? إذا هذا اللي نتكلم عنه الآن في المستقبل. إذا قاعدة المستقبل مع will، okay؟ الموجودة أمامك الآن. سنشرح لك الآن استخدامات أو متى نستخدم قاعدة future will أو نستخدمها بالشكل الصحيح. Okay, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 different uses for future will. Okay, so the first one we use will with predictions, usually with the verbs think and believe. Okay, and here's an example. I believe or I think he won't come tonight. Okay, إذن نستخدم قاعدة future will مع التنبؤات بالمستقبل، وعادة نستخدمها مع الفعل يفكر أو يعتقد. على سبيل المثال لما نقول أنا أعتقد أنها ستمطر هذه الليلة، أنا أعتقد أن السماء ستمطر هذه الليلة. إذن هذا تنبؤ بالمستقبل ونستخدم معه قاعدة will. Okay, so here we have this example. I believe he won't come tonight. So won't is the negative form of will. Okay, so we have will and we have will not, or in the short form won't. Okay, so I believe he won't come tonight. Okay, so that's in the future. So this is the first use. The second use of future will، الاستخدام الثاني ل will في الجملة في المستقبل أو للتعبير عن شيء يحصل في المستقبل. spontaneous decisions مع القرارات الارتجالية، القرارات وليدة اللحظة التي لم يتم التفكير فيها مسبقا. Okay, that we make at the moment of speaking، القرارات التي نتخذها في لحظة الكلام. على سبيل المثال, look at this example. Okay, I like these sunglasses. Okay, so he saw the sunglasses and he liked them, so he decided on the spot that I will buy them. Okay, so he just decided، قرر في نفس اللحظة. Okay, اتخذ قرار أنه سوف يشتري هذه النظارة لأنه أعجب بها. So we say I will buy or I will buy them. So the short form of I will is I'll. Okay, we don't need to go through details through this because we already had this, but we will do some to refresh your memory, that's all. So the next part or the next point for using future with will is for offers. Okay, so we use it with offers اللي هي العرض أو إنك تعرض مساعدة أو تعرض خدمة معينة. For example, I will help you with the washing up. Okay, I will help you with the washing up. In the short form, we say I'll help you. Okay, I'll help you with the washing up. We also use future will with warnings and threats. Warnings and threats. إذا نستخدمها مع التحذيرات والتهديدات. أحذر شخص أو أهدد شخص استخدم في زمن المستقبل استخدم معها will. For example, be quiet or I will tell your father. Okay, be quiet or I will tell your father. So in short form, I'll tell your father. So this is a warning. Okay, هذا تحذير إنه كنها أو ابقى صامتا وإلا سوف أخبر والدك. إذا هذا يعتبر تحذير أو تهديد. إذا نستخدم معه قاعدة future will. Another use for future will is with promises. مع الوعود. Promises. I won't do it again. I promise. I won't do it again. This is the short form of I will not do it again. Okay, so this is a promise. The next use of future with will is with requests. Okay, so requests اللي طبعا الطلبات. When you ask for something, ask for help, ask someone to do something for you. So you say, will you help me with my homework? Will you help me with my homework? Okay, so you start with will. Okay, will you help me? Will they help me? Will she help me? إلى آخره. Okay, so these are the time expressions that can be added to the future will just to express the future. For example, tomorrow, غدا, tonight, الليلة, أيضا يعتبر المستقبل. Next month, الشهر القادم, next year, next week, next Thursday, etc. Okay, so this weekend, this week, this month, in a year, in an hour, etc. And also soon we can use it to express the future. So all those are time expressions. You can be added to this. You can see it in this sentence. I think he won't come tonight. Okay, so this is the time expressions that gave this sentence away that it's in the future tense. Okay, now let's go back to the form of the future will. Okay, so it looks like this. We have an affirmative sentence, we have negative sentence, and we have questions, how to ask questions using will. Okay, let's start with the affirmative sentence. Okay, so I can say I will play, she will play, it will play, he will play, we will play. You can use any subject with will without any change to the sentence. Okay, so I will show you how it's written. So we do it like this. So the subject plus will plus verb in the main form. Okay, so as easy as this. Subject could be a name, it could be also it could be a pronoun. Okay, we can say he will play, we can say Ahmed will play. Okay, so this indicates that this will happen in the future. Okay, the negative form we just add not right here. So it will become I will not do this, I will not do that. So here's the example. It says I will not play. I can make it shorter. Instead of saying will not, I will say won't. Okay, I won't play, I will not play. It has the same meaning. Okay, so both pronunciations are acceptable. So the questions form goes the other way around. So you need to take the will and the subject and flip those and put it the other way around. So it will become like this. Will, subject, verb. Okay, will I play, will he play, will she play? That's a yes, no question. And to answer the question we can say yes, I will, yes, he will, yes, she will, and so on. And to answer with no, you can say no, I won't, no, she won't, no, he won't, etc. Okay, so this is the grammar rule for future will. Now let's go back to the exercise. Okay, so let's go back to exercise A. Okay, let's skip one for now. Okay, we'll do this later. So let's start with the affirmative sentences. This number 2. Okay, so start with me on number 2. I think you blank an amazing chef one day. Okay, we have the verb become. عندنا الفعل become اللي معناه يصبح. Okay, أنا أعتقد فراغ ستصبح طباخا مميزا في يوم من الأيام. future. Okay, في المستقبل. So the subject is already there. Okay, we have the subject, عندنا الفاعل. Okay, and we add will plus the verb in the main form. نضيف فقط will مع الفعل بشكل الأساسي بدون أي إضافات. So it will be like this: I think you will become an amazing chef one day. So this is the answer. I think you will become. Okay, so that's the answer for number 2. Okay, so this is an affirmative sentence using think. Okay, and now let's go to question number 4. Okay, because I go randomly because I chose number 4 because it's the negative form. Okay, let's start with the affirmative, then negative, then we'll go back to questions. Okay, so number 4, don't borrow my things without asking, or I blank to you again. Okay, the verb we need to use is speak, but it's in the negative form. Okay, so we say don't borrow my things without asking, so this is clearly a warning or a threat. Okay, so we use the future will. Don't borrow my things without asking, or I will not speak to you again. We can say will not, we can say won't. Okay, both ways are acceptable. So don't borrow my things without asking, I will not speak to you again. أنا لن أتحدث إليك مرة أخرى. Okay, so this is a warning, هذا تحذير يعتبر. So this is number 4. So here we have a promise. It's clearly a promise because he said, I promise. Okay, I promise, I blank it again. Okay, so I'm sorry, I promise, I blank not do it again. So in the negative form, we say, instead of will not, we can say also won't and add the verb. So won't do it again. So I promise I will not do it again. I promise I won't do it again. Okay? Okay, good. Now let's go back to number 1. This is the question. And we said we replace or we flip the subject with the will. So will becomes at the beginning. So here we have, it's raining. How blank I blank get to school? Okay, we need to use the verb get. Okay, so it's raining. How will I go or get to school? Okay, how will I get to school? So the answer is don't worry, I blank drive you there. So this is offering help. He's offering something. So we need to use the future with will. Okay, إذن هنا يعرض خدمة ويعرض مساعدة. إذن نستخدم مع قاعدة future will. So we say don't worry, I will drive you there. Okay, I will drive you there. Okay, number 3. When blank I blank find time to take out the rubbish and do the washing up. Okay, asking about something in the future, we said we use will at the beginning of the sentence. Okay, so when will I, متى سوف, when will I find time to take out the rubbish and do the washing up? متى أجد الوقت المناسب حتى أستطيع أن أقوم بإخراج القمامة وأقوم بغسيل الملابس. إذن هذا الشخص يعاني من أنه ليس لديه وقت كافي، فقام شخص آخر بعرض مساعدة عليه أو قدم له offer. أوكي، أنه سيقوم بذلك بدلا عنه. إذن أيضا نستخدم مع future will. We say well I'm leaving now so I blank take the rubbish out for you, and he said thank you. Okay, now well I'm leaving now so I will take the rubbish for you. Okay, good. Okay, so let's move on to exercise B. Okay, exercise B. Complete the sentences with the correct form of the verbs in brackets to form conditional sentences type 1. Okay, so we have verbs between brackets. We need to use them to create sentences using conditional sentences type 1 اللي هي الجمل الشرطية النوع الأول. والجمل الشرطية النوع الأول موجودة عندك وسبق أنك درستها، موجودة في الجرامر بوك وموجودة أيضا في الكتاب. Okay, conditional sentences type 1 نستخدمها. We use conditional sentences هنا للاستخدام to express something which is possible to happen in the present or future. نستخدمها للتعبير عن شيء ممكن أن يحصل في المستقبل أو في الحاضر. Okay, so it looks like this. We have an if clause and a main clause. Okay, ال if clause اللي هو الجملة اللي فيها if اللي هو الشرط. Okay, if plus present simple. So we already had the present simple in the past. سبق انك درست المضارع البسيط. اذا if مع جملة في المضارع البسيط، لابد ان تكون في المضارع البسيط مع if. والجزء الاخر اللي هو الشق الاخر اللي هو main clause بعد الفاصلة يكون اما future مع will، اوكي، جملة في المستقبل مع كلمة will، or modal verb فعل مساعد ممكن يكون may might can must، or imperative اللي هو فعل امر. Okay, so let's go back to this sentence now. If you go to John's house, what will happen? Okay, if you go to John's house, three things could happen. Okay, the first one, if you go to John's house, you will have a good time. Okay, so this is the future with will. You will have a good time. Or I could also say, if you go to John's house, you may play computer games. Okay, this is using the modal verb. And to use imperative, we can say, if you go to John's house, call me. Okay, if you go to John's house, call me because I would like to join you. So we have an if clause, we have a main clause, and we can also flip those and get rid of the comma. Okay, so this is the conditional sentences type 1. Present simple and one of those three, future will or modal verb or imperative. Okay, now let's go to the exercise in the revision part. Okay, so here it is, number 2, or exercise B. Okay, we will do some of them, we will not do the whole thing, but you need to do this on your own. So number 1, if you blank, we can go out for dinner. Okay, so the verb we need to use is the verb want. So if you want, we can go out for dinner. Okay, this is what will happen. Now let's do this. Remember, we use the present simple in the if clause. So if John, and we have the verb do. So it's a present simple. That means we add s to the verb. Okay. إذا نضيف s على الفعل لأنه مضارع بسيط. قلنا he, she, it في المضارع البسيط يكون الفعل بعدها يضاف له s. ما عدا هذا الثلاث الضمائر أو اسم يقوم مقامها نستخدم الفعل بشكل الأساسي. So this one becomes does. If John does his homework in the afternoon, what will happen? We need to use the future will with this. So come to the football match with us tonight. So if John does his homework in the afternoon, he will come to the football match with us tonight. Okay, so the rest of the sentences have the same way, so please pay good attention. Sometimes you have the if clause at the end of the sentence instead of the beginning of the sentence. So pay good attention to this. Let's do the next one. Okay, so this one is about the going to, future with going to. So we have future to, future with will and future with going to. Okay, I will go to school. Okay, or I will eat. And someone else is saying, I'm going to eat. Both have the same meaning. Okay, going to and the verb. إذا going to بعد الفعل مباشرة بشكل أساسي. I'm going to eat. I'm going to sleep. I'm going to school. I'm going to play and etc. Okay, so إلى آخره. إذا عندك هنا جمل, we have some sentences, ملاحظات مدونة. هذه الملاحظات استخدمها لتكون جمل أطول باستخدام going to. إذا ملاحظات عن يوم الأرض. أوكي, ملاحظات عن محاضرة عن يوم الأرض. البروفيسور دكتور إيفروود shows us how to save energy. دكتور إيفروود يرينا كيف نحفظ الطاقة. نحول الجملة هذه إنه دكتور إيفروود سوف يرينا كيف نحول الطاقة. إذا كلنا بنحولها لجمل في المستقبل. Okay, so we do it like this. So Dr. Everwood is going to show us how to save energy. We are going to do, now let's take a look at point number 2. We are going to do experiments and find out how you can help with the environment. I need to use going to with the third point as well. We are going to plant trees. With the fourth one, we are going to collect rubbish from the lake and street, and so on. Okay, so let's take a look. Now the answer should look like this. We need to move on to the next part, so please take a picture or freeze the screen for just a second and make sure that you get the right answer. Exercise D, choose A, B or C. This is for must, have to, and had to, and so on. This for expressing obligation. If you go back to the grammar rule, in the grammar book you can see it right here, okay? must we use must to express obligation. نستخدم must للتعبير عن الالتزام. على سبيل المثال I must go أنا يجب أن أذهب. He must go هو يجب أن يذهب. She must go and so on. أوكي يكون بعدها الفعل بشكل أساسي. في حالة النفي إنه عدم وجود التزام I say I must not go. He must not go. or اختصرها ممكن أقول إيه I mustn't go. He mustn't go and so on. أما بالنسبة ل have to تستخدم هنا استخدام مضارع بسيط إذا بستخدمها في زمن المضارع. ممكن استخدمها في الماضي أقول had to. أوكي ممكن استخدمها في المستقبل أقول will have to ولا is going to have to. أوكي so have to I have to you have to they have to we have to eat for example. إذا تعبر هنا عن الالتزام إنه يجب أن آكل. أوكي obligation. في حالة إنه استخدم معها he و she و it I need to say he has to eat she has to eat it has to eat and so on. Okay, so let's go back quickly to the exercise, and now you choose the correct answer based on this grammar. So this one, you must not touch the painting in the gallery, in the art gallery. يجب ألا تلمس, and so on. You do the rest, and if you have some difficulty, please go back to the grammar rule and read it again, and look for videos on YouTube or anywhere else. So that's all the time we have for today. Thank you so much for watching and have a nice day.